This is the simplest way that I can explain hypnosis. Hypnosis is like a parking lot. Notice this pretty parking lot right here. Somebody, before it was a pretty parking lot, somebody saw a blank field and said, wow, that would make a great place to put cars. And so they bought the field, they hired an engineer, and the engineer said, what is your desired outcome? The owner of the property said, I want to make this a parking lot, and I want to, as efficiently as possible, put as many cars in an orderly fashion on this lot and make it pretty. So the engineer took that desired outcome, took the land, measured it, scoped it out, did all of the finagling, all of the designing, paved the lot, and then came through after a lot of study and drew some excellent suggestions on that paved lot. There you go. In this scenario, the owner of the property is the person who wants the services. They hire the engineer, the hypnotist, to construct brilliant suggestions. The engineer does it all. They measure, they weigh it out, they scope it out, and they draw beautiful suggestions. Suggestions here on which way to travel. Suggestions here on where to put the car. Suggestions on where not to park, where the trees are. Now, these are some damn fine suggestions, are they not? Well executed, well thought out, well done. And look, woohoo! Suggestions taken hook, line, and sinker. But guess what? All of these people pulled into the parking lot in the perfectionist trance. They brought the perfectionist trance in with them, and they parked perfectly between the lines. Not everybody who comes into a parking lot is in the perfectionist trance. This is what you typically see in a parking lot. The suggestions are brilliant. The suggestions are marked out perfectly. This person in the red car, they came in the, we can't know for sure, but perhaps my little car is too important. Don't get close to me. Don't touch it. Don't scratch my car. So they constructed an outcome that was slightly different than the engineer's outcome. Still works for them. They're parked in a spot, right? This guy over here is my favorite, the one who said, yeah, my big SUV is too important. Don't get close to me. I'm going to park here and make it very clear. I'm going to deliver the suggestion. I don't want anybody up close to me. And this person in the white car came in to the parking lot in the flexibility trance. I'm flexible. You don't like doing it straight? I can do it on an angle. Okay, so it looks like some of these people were not very good at taking suggestions, does it not? Don't fall for that, because that's not right. What we know about every single person in this parking lot, they can all take suggestions. Every single one of them can take suggestions. You cannot cancel them out and say they can't be hypnotized, they don't take suggestions, because every single one of them got their car out of the street and put it in the lot. They just didn't stop their car, turn it off, get out of it, and walk to the store, leaving the car in the street. They took the suggestion to move their car off the street and put it on the lot. So they all were able to take a good suggestion about where to put the car. They just took it in varying degrees based on their own individual trance state. Their own individual trance state. Now, that's where real world hypnosis really comes into play, because the degree at which you are hypnotized by the world around you depends on your belief system and what you bring into the mix, the trance that you bring into the mix. Suggestions are everywhere. Who sees the suggestion in this picture? Let me see a show of hands. I can't see everybody. So Dan, if you see somebody, would you unmute him and let him sing out an answer? Who sees the suggestion here?
Absolutely. We have Brad. So Brad, you raised your hand, and Jim, Brad, if you'd like to unmute yourself and talk about a suggestion you see here.
I see where they want us to stand to wait in line.
Where is that? How do you know? How do you know where that is?
On the gray square.
The light gray carpet square.
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, there was another person, Brad. Who else, Dan?
It was Jim Rodriguez. Jim, if you'd like to unmute yourself.
Actually, I saw the same thing right off the top. It was a great pad, and they're standing right. That was very popular during the COVID era.
Well, this was pre-COVID, by the way. And there are two suggestions here. There are two places at the counter, and there's a suggestion, and there's a suggestion. Now, if you go into this well, if you go to the CVS pharmacy today, you're not going to see it like this because there are chairs scattered out and signs about getting vaccinations and all sorts of stuff. They really messed up the corporate scheme. But before the pandemic, this was a beautiful set of suggestions that I waited at this CVS with my camera for, I don't know, 30 minutes or so to see how well people took suggestions. Guess what? People who came in not planning to pick up a prescription, CVS has all sorts of sundries, right? If they came in the makeup trance, they walked right on past here over to where the makeup is. Those suggestions didn't mean anything to them. They didn't see them, didn't register. They weren't there. If they came in to get snacks, they went a different way, didn't come next to the pharmacy. But if they came to the pharmacy looking to pick up a prescription, it was pretty easy for them to take the suggestion. It is just a covert suggestion that doesn't drill it into them, doesn't command that they take action, but it's out there and people see it. That is a simple explanation of how real world hypnosis works. It's out there, it's every place, and it's up to you whether you take the suggestion or not. Only you can do it. Nobody can do it for you. And when you take it without resistance. Accidental hypnosis happens all the time. And by the way, accidental hypnosis is the number one reason people choose hypnosis on purpose. They come to a hypnotist to hypnotize them into eating better or into doing this or into doing that or getting rid of fears or phobias. They have been accidentally hypnotized to be in that fear or phobia or eating pattern already. When they come into our office, they bring their trance with them. They bring whatever accidental hypnosis happened to them with them. Hypnosis is BS. Don't think you caught me up here. Hypnosis is all about belief system, your belief system, and yours is the only one that counts. Every client that I see, every human being that I encounter, whether they're a client or not, and by the way, me too, we all have our own BS. We carry around our own BS at all times, and people bring their BS in with them. Hypnosis is every place. If you want to know more about me, I have some books, Magic Words and Language Patterns, Trance, Dance, and Hypnotic Workshops. They're available on Amazon. You can do it, or hypnosis so easy you can do it with your eyes closed or wide open. It's a free ebook you can get on my website, KarenHand.com. And I really appreciate you being with me today. Hypnosis is all in your mind. You are the receiver. Nobody can make you do it. Only you can do it. That puts you in control of your life.